Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our complete beginner's guide to Soulash 2, shall we? Oh goodness gracious, our poor bear got knocked around a bit, and yet all is not lost. Why is all not lost? Well, we're back here, we're alive, that's important. We did eat one of our breads, and yet we were able to, if we go over to skills, we were able to get some experience for adventuring, and we definitely leveled up sword fighting and protection. So we got this ability amplifier here, and we got a new ability called Bushido. So before we go back out, let's go ahead and click on shield wall and drag this blue ability amplifier down so that we get parry chance +1, and then see if there's anything else that we want to slot in. Well, why not? Now this, it does target ourself. So remember, whenever you're using a skill that targets you, you want to use positive ability amplifier. So we'll just put parry on there. Remember, you can use it. You can double dip. You can use this on as many abilities as you want, and you can unslot these at any time for no cost. So now, if I mouse over Bushido, you see that we get parry and we get parry on shield wall, which means that whenever I use either of those abilities, I'm now more defensive. So even though we lost, we didn't complete that map, that point of interest, we can still go back there at any time and clear it. If I push the world map and I zoom in on myself and I center, you can see it's right there. And if I click on this Tundra Cavern that we got to, you see how it, up in the upper left, it says it's easy, which is debatable, but then it says plundered no, meaning we didn't get the treasure chest from there. Every point of interest will have at least one treasure chest for you to get that has random loot inside. And then when you have collected all the treasure chests, you'll hear a chime, and it will then update this, and it'll say plundered yes. So we still have a chest to get there if we want to go back and get revenge. But I'm not going to do that right now because I'm going to try to find an easier location. Now, I'm going to kind of just hold Alt and look around, left-clicking everywhere, seeing what I could see. And I'm going to go, and I'm going to kind of... It's really dark, so it's hard to see. So I could either craft a torch, or I could just kind of... You see these exclamation points, these red... These are people, or bears in this case, moving around. So you can hear them, but you can't see them. So you can kind of walk in their direction. Now, they don't stand still, unfortunately. So it's hard to interact with people in this situation. But on the minimap, there are some places that I might want to go. So we could go over here and just explore and see if these buildings are anything of note. These buildings could contain a shop or an inn, or we're not sure what. Candlestick. And this goes down the hill, but we don't want to go down the hill right now. I'm going to go over here. You see this fire over here? This is what I want to go to. So, this is, you could see there's dirt furnaces here, and these are useful only for cooking, and they can't get high enough temperature to smelt anything. So, I read the flavor text, and then the blue or teal text, you can see where it says light source 3, cooking workplace, it gives you 30% at that, and only 10% for smelting. Now, the owner of this is the Raging Longevity family, which is not our family, but usually you can use these things without any, reprisals. And if you're standing next to this fire, this is actually really good for cooking, this hearth. You could cook here. And then there is Rund, who is a smelter, and Rurna, who is a smelter. So I'm going to right-click on them, and I could trade with them, but I'm actually going to just talk, and I'm going to say, let's kind of go through some of these processes, because there's a lot of interesting things we can do with a trainer and a specialist and vendor. So you can ask for other trainers in town, and then you can see all the different skills and see if this trainer is here. So, for example, I'm into sword fighting, and they say you could try talking to Defa of Raging Longevity, a master in sword fighting. So this is who we'd be looking for, Defa. And it's from their family, and they're a master if we wanted to kind of work on our sword fighting. But I'm going to go back to the main discussion, and instead I'm going to say ask for training. You can see how, fine, at least you'll know how to keep warm. Can you teach me your adventuring techniques? So we could train adventuring with this person, but it would cost 200 coins, which we don't have. We can also order a product. So this is what we're going to be doing a lot of the time when you want something crafted for you by an expert specialist. So this is a smelter, so they can make bars for you. And what's awesome about this is that you can take ore to them, and then they can turn it into bars. Now, we have the recipe to make copper already with adventuring, and if we raise it up, we'll learn iron. But these are a little bit higher level. Actually, I think we get bronze and then iron. But let's just say, for example, I wanted to make an iron bar. I could click on the iron bar, and then over here, it says you need iron ore. And you're ordering it from them, and they will... It costs 105 coins just to get this made, plus the ingredients. Now, if I click on this, it will filter all of the available resources to their own resources if they were selling iron ore and I could buy it from them, or if I had it. I don't have it, so I can't even get any of this made from here, but this is the same interface you would use to get weapons, armor, whatever you want made. You could see the recipes of what they have to craft, and then when you select it, you could see the price to craft it, and you could see all of the ingredients, and then you could see what you have and what you can buy from them if you want that done. Now I'm just going to close that out, and then I'm going to talk to them again, and we can trade goods, and then we could see what they sell. Now, actually, if I wanted to get copper crafted, they do sell ore. It's more expensive. I don't have very much money, and I don't want to sell any of my stuff. Do not sell your copper knife, because then you won't be able to butcher anything. But they also sell a lot of stuff. They have some meat. They have some fur. You know, they have wood and stuff. But I'm just going to push escape. Now, if I wanted to trade with them, what happens is my inventory is on the left. My backpack is on the left. Their inventory of goods is on the right. And, like, let's say I wanted to sell my knife. I could push this arrow to the right, and then it's going to give around 10 coins, or 10.12 coins exactly, of value to me, which is rounded down. So what happens is, in the lower left, you could see here's my coins. I have 30. If I did trade this, I would get plus 10 in green, and my weight of what I'm carrying would go down by 0.8 because the knife has weight to it. But then I could say, give me all your copper ore, and I could just click this arrow pointing to the left, and if I click the double arrows, it's all of what they have. So they have 4. And then this would cost 43.32. And in the lower left, you could see I go to negative 14, which I can't do because I don't have enough money for that. So I could click X to cancel that, and I could just do 1, 2, and I could afford 2. If I traded them my knife and got 2 copper, I would end up with 8 coins as a result, and they would end up, you know, with 12 because of this trade. I'm not doing this, so I'm going to say they'd end up with 12 money and my knife. I'm just going to push escape. That's how you do that. We'll do that later, but I don't really have anything to sell. I'm just kind of showing you how to do that. But what I want to do is ask for directions and see if I can find a hunter or an innkeeper. So I'm just going to see, here's hunters' dens right here. Settlement center is useful if you want to locate this to find water. But what I want is the hunter's den. So they have now marked this on the minimap, and I'm going to say farewell. So it's kind of over here to the east. So I'm going to go over to the hunter's den. Oh, there's bad guys in the town. My God, this is the price we pay for living in the wilderness. All right, this is fine now. This is actually good for us because we can kill this, and it's just one wolf. At least I hope it's just one. It wouldn't it be funny if this thing followed me from the previous settlement? I'm going to use my shield block, and I'm going to slam this guy into oblivion, and I'm just going to push R to wait for him to come back. I'll go Bushido. Sure, you can hit me, and then I'll hit you with my chop. My sword fighting just went up a level, and I got a stat point, and I'm parrying this guy left and right. You see how good our bear is when we're just fighting like one target, when we're not surrounded, and wolves are much easier than bears. We're parrying everything. This guy is not hitting us, so we could just stand here and just fight him with regular attacks, whatever. And then I'm going to just use my chop. Oh my god, it is a bear. You know what? I'm going to be just straight up honest with you. I've never run from an encounter and I've done it before to survive, but I've never had them follow me like this. I think it really is the guys from that cave. That would be an interesting twist on things if they followed you forever. I mean, if I go to the world map and I zoom in, maybe it's just because it's reasonably close that they were able to follow me, or I'm in the region. Maybe there's just hostiles in this town that are unrelated. I don't know, but my suspicion is it's these jerks from the cave. Again, though, this is fine if this is all that there is. Plus, the villagers should help out, but I don't know if they will. My family members should help out. Okay, so I'm going to shield block, and I killed this guy. My protection went up. I can go into my skills, by the way, in the middle of fight, and just look, what did I get from protection? I got an ability point, and from sword fighting, I got an ability point. So I can actually go over here and just boost up my ability points, which I think I should do. I'm going to put 2 into strength and just say good. I'm putting points into strength so we do more damage. It could carry more. And we're going to target this bear, and let's have it out with this bear. Bear to bear. This is a white bear. Alright, we chop it. It did 2 to us, and we did 1 to it. It's not a good sign. Oh my god, the wolf. It's back. Oh no. Alright, I'm going to send the wolf away with the shield bash and then fight. I can't fight this bear. This bear is still too hard for me, so I have to try to run. And hope that... Oh no, there's a wolf too. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm going to get out of here. We're out of here. We're running. Okay. And let me go zoom in and center. All right. I'm going to go to this place right here and move to the region, and I'm going to enter it. And I'm going to pray that those enemies are not still following me. I will heal. Okay. And you can see in the upper left is where the stuff is. So let's just go there and see if we can make it. Actually, you know what? Let's find out if they're following us. I'm going to try to sleep till morning. Okay, I can at least see now. I'm going to look behind me. I don't see the bears this time. Okay. Good God. I can't completely tell if that was an attack on the town or if that was just the people following me, but that was diabolical. So, this is something you have to do in roguelikes. If you die, we're so early, it doesn't matter. You just restart. But, in my estimation, first of all, if those are the enemies from the cave and they're going to follow me forever, that's an interesting design choice, and I wouldn't include it. Because in a permadeath game, like if there is no running ever, that would be problematic. Like if I'm comparing it to Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, which is a classic roguelike, if I leave the floor, enemies cannot change the floor, like unless they're standing adjacent to the stairwell. So like you can at least just leave them on a floor and escape. you have to fight them at some point. If you go back there, they don't, they don't disappear or anything. But, I thought if I left that little point of interest that they wouldn't be able to pursue me. But I guess logically, if I can do it, maybe they can do it, and that's the reality. And I don't know how you shake them, or it was just, our town is in the wilderness and it was getting besieged by bears and wolves. Maybe. I don't know. Either way, in roguelikes, you just have to know when to cut and run. If it's a permanent death game, about 75% health, I'm out. Because I need to dedicate resources to running. And unless I feel like I can kill it, like if I feel like I can win, okay, fine, we'll stand in there. But the bear itself was just doing 8 damage to me, and I'm doing 1 or 2 damage to it. That I can't trade that. I can't exchange that. So I thought maybe I could stand up to 1 bear at a time, but I can't. Not right now. Not without better stuff. So we had to bail. So this right here is just a regular wolf. So we're going to come up here, and this screen that we're on is an unknown location. So we're going to just keep going. The wolf is not hostile, and it's a circle of trees. And this is considered to be easy. So there are, for example, some trees here that we could cut. Now these are wolves. So I think these are all going to be hostile. This is a lot, but I think we can handle it. So I'm just kind of waiting for the shoe to drop on these wolves becoming hostile. But we can explore and pretend like maybe they aren't. They're hostile. Okay. So what is this? This is a wooden statue of a lady. Okay, great. Anyway, oh my god, it's a bear again. Okay. So I'm going to leave and just see if I can only aggro this one wolf. If I can just fight one wolf at a time, this is not hard. Like, I can beat this. Okay, we got it. So now what happens once we kill it is we can right-click on it. We can pick up the body for some reason. We can walk there, but we can scavenge it, which is the default left click. And if we scavenge it, you see how a little progress bar appeared, and our adventuring just went up. That gave us experience for adventuring. We got, as you can see in the log in the bottom left, wolf fur, and we got meat times 4. So if I go to my inventory, I've got some meat, and I've got some wolf fur. I can sell this, of course, but it also is a crafting item. It gives you strength +1 if you use it as an item in crafting. And this is something we can eat raw, but it's better and lighter if we can cook it. Now, we need wood for that. I'm going to go up, and I'm just going to patiently see if I can pull out, like, one wolf at a time. And we're just going to kind of try to do this. This is the classic, like, kite them away strategy. I'm going to put up Shield Wall and Bushido. We're going to click on this guy, and we're just going to chop him. Now, this is a white wolf. Okay. Sword fighting up 1, new stat point. Alright, dead. Scavenge. Okay, good. We got white fur, which is actually different from the previous fur we got. You can see how this has a green border, kind of like rare or just magical. This has a blue border, and it gives you armor-specific resist holy. Actually, I don't know if it's green or blue for rarity or if it's based on, like, when we're looking at, utility, defensive, whatever these colors. I don't know if it matches that, but we did it. And we have a stat point, so let's just go do that. I'm going to go ahead and keep boosting strength. I need to be able to do damage. I can't even hurt the bear. No, the bear is too much. Let's just kind of keep seeing if I can fight and pull out, like, these wolves. The wolf is great. Oh, man, what's this? It's a wolf. It's just hiding in the bush. That's all. I thought it had like a disease or something. I was like, oh my god. Now, what you're looking for, we don't actually have to fight any of this, which is really cool. We just want to walk around and look for the treasure chest at this point. You can pick away at them if you want, and that's fine. I'm going to look down here. But around this circle of trees, here it is, right here. This is the treasure chest. This ornate treasure chest, adorned with intricate carvings and gleaming metalwork, harbors a trove of precious secrets, awaiting the thrill of discovery by those bold enough to unlock its mysteries. So we need to get the treasure chest to clear this, and we'll get some cool loot. Now I'm just going to step in. I'm going to look this way. I guess I am looking this way. Oh, the tree is blocking me. Okay. Got it. So when you open the treasure chest, you see how it says Circle of Trees completed. And you get that awesome musical chime, and then you get this loot box. We got an apple, we got some leather, and we got a willow wooden buckler. And this is interesting. It's not as good as our current shield, but we can sell it, or you can salvage it to train your carpentry skill if you're interested. I'm going to take everything and run away. I'm going to then push leave region. You might ask, why are you leaving the region? I'll tell you why. I left the region because there's bears. And I'm going to try to go back home to see if there's bears there. But you know what? I had bad luck at this settlement. So instead, I'm just going to click on this settlement, and I'm going to move here. And we uncovered another location right here, so that ticked our adventuring. And we can go into this zone here, and hopefully the wolves and the bears from that cave are no longer pursuing us. It is daytime, so we can go over here and talk to this person. And this is Chea of Sublime Courage, and they've been added, and they're a hunter. Oh, great. Okay, so hunters are what I wanted to show you guys before, but I was attacked, and I couldn't on the way to the Hunter's Lodge in the previous settlement. Hunters are amazing because you see how they have this dialogue option right here. Ask for anything interesting nearby. If I click on that, they will... oh, I didn't click on it. Here we go. They will show you all of these places that you can go. Now, you can click at the bottom to learn about all of them, but here's what I like to do. I only click on easy because those are the ones I want to do. You see how hard even some of these easy ones are if they have bears. So, like, Owlfolk Village shouldn't have a bear. That should be reasonable. Plagued Farm should be okay, right? Troublesome is far too difficult. My first death came from going to a Troublesome. I thought, oh, how hard can Troublesome be? It's one step above easy, but it's hard. Hard is actually more difficult than Troublesome. But I'll tell you what, I found it to be a huge jump up in difficulty and do not recommend it. So I'm going to just say, can you tell me about this Owlfolk Village, this one, this one, this one, and this one, all of the easy ones. Now I can see where those are on the map and go to them and explore them to get experience and stuff. Now the downside, of course, is I don't get the adventuring from finding them on my own, but the plus side is I could just go right to them and do stuff. So that's what I like. Now I'm going to go back to the main discussion. And I'm going to ask for directions to the town center, and they'll tell me it's right by me. You usually come into town at the center. So now we know where that is, and we can trade goods. So we can sell stuff to her. What will we want to sell? Well, we can sell this fur if we want, and we can also sell this buckler. You don't get the full value of what it's listed. It's based on your intelligence and other factors, but we can just get some money for this if we're interested. So that's not a bad idea. Plus, it weighs something. So I'm going to sell that. And I'm not going to sell my fur. I'm just going to trade that and sell it and then leave. And I'm going to go over here to the town center, and I'm going to drink to fill up my water, and I'm going to fill my canteen. So the drinking fills up your hydration bar, and then fill the canteen makes us go to 150. Now, another thing I want to do is go down here, and I need to find a fire of some kind. So I'm going to kind of poke around these settlements and just look around and see if there's a fire in any of these. Actually, you can just give me directions. What do? You're a hunter? Sweet. Can you give me directions to... a smelter is just fine. Actually, let's go to the leather worker is good, probably. Okay, it's down here. So the reason I want to go to the leather worker is, what if we want to get something crafted? Like a cape or something cool. We don't have anything. Maybe we want to wear some armor. We need some defense. So it looks like it's right here, I think. We open the door, we go inside, and let's see. It's dark. This is a workbench that you can use, but I'm going to come out. Are you the leather worker? You're a forager. Where's the leather worker? Forager, leather worker. Here you go. Let's talk to them, and let's order a product. What can you make? Okay, so they can make us caps, pants, belts, skin. Now, if I click on the hat, for example, remember how I picked up this piece of leather? I can actually use it and put an ingredient on there to make myself a hat. The other stuff, like if I wanted to make pants or a robe or something, they take more leather than I have. I could make a belt. But do they sell it? So first of all, let's say I want to make a hat, and then I click on leather right here. I can only use mine. So I'm going to order it. It only costs 3 coins to get this hat. So I'm going to use my leather, and then I'm going to click magical ingredient. But unfortunately, I don't have any magical ingredients that I can use on this hat. So we can predict what we make. If we craft this, we'll get physical resist +1 and resist frost +1 for just, turning this leather into that. And I think that's a good deal. So I'm going to click order. And then this person needs time to finish it. So it says placed orders, and there's a progress bar right here. So we just need for this to wait. Now, I could just sleep until evening if I wanted, but instead what I'm going to do is just try to find a fire. So I'm going to ask this person for directions and say, where is the smelter? And they'll tell me it's up here. So I can cook some of this meat. Any campfire will do, or I could craft my own campfire. I don't see any right now, so I'm going to go to the smelter, and if we want, here we go. Here's a fire. Right in here, next to the fire, I'm going to go right-click the fire, and I can attack it, but that's not what I want to do. Instead, I want to go to my inventory, and I want to right-click, or left-click the meat. I'm sorry. I keep thinking it's right-click. In the inventory, you left-click it, and then you see how in the bottom center of the head of this window, there's some options. There's drop, eat, split to stack, or cook. U is cook, and if you want to cook all of it, you just hold left alt and then push U on the meat. And you see now I'm cooking it. The progress filled up, and then now I have cooked meat. It gives 10 more food, and it weighs less. So we have a little bit more food to eat, which is awesome. So now I've got food to eat, and you can see my food's gone up to 135. I'm fully, not fully rested. I can sleep if I want, but instead, I'm going to push M and then zoom in and center on myself. And you could see this is what I have found with the hunter. They've showed me these owlfolk villages down here. And they also showed me this plagued farm, which is right above us, which we can check out. Now, we already knew about that. We located that ourselves, actually, but it was a question mark. Now we know what it is. So I'm going to leave the region I'm in. And then I'm going to zoom in and go here. And we're going to move to this region, and we're going to enter it. And we're going to see what's up in this plagued farm. So you could see in the upper right, where we want to go is way up here. I'm going to actually... I was going to sleep until morning. It's fine. It uses some food and stuff to do this, but now we can at least see. I like visibility a lot. Something I enjoy doing early game... Oh, here's a log. I mean, we can't unfortunately cut this wood, though, because we don't have the tool. Is looting these areas, because in the chest you can find random stuff that you could sell, or we're looking for, like, we want an axe. We need armor. We need a bunch of things. So I'm just going to carefully wander up here. You can see how big this area is. All right, so we're getting close to the area, and we know what it is, and we see some exclamation points, which are the bad guys, and it looks like wolves. Wolves I can handle. There's the chest. Sweet. All right, I'm going to target this wolf, and I'm just going to use my shield block and use Bushido. And then by the time it gets to me, I'm all cranked up, and I can just chop him up, and I can just hit him. And hit him. I'm saving my shield slam, by the way. Nah. I'm just going to do this. Now, he didn't go very far because he hit this stone fence and bounced back. So I'm just going to push R to wait for him. He's bleeding. Remember, our slash opens a wound because of the ability amplifier that we have equipped. I'm just going to let him come to me and then slash. Dead. And then we'll go ahead and scavenge him. And we're going to go up here, like we're going to go to the chest. And we did it. So this has been completed. We found badger fur, we found baboon fur, and we found a lizard man scale. Now these are all like items we can use to craft or to sell, depending on what we want. But it's good treasure for us. And I'm going to kind of look over here. And this is also a fun place to just fight. I don't mind fighting these wolves because these are reasonably low level. And I'm going to do this and do this. And target this guy. And we can just skill up a bit, fighting some garbage. Protection went up by using our shield slam ability. Or by parrying, I'm not sure. But either way, we got a stat point. We're just going to wait for this guy. Oh, he might just die. Yeah, he died from the bleed. And then boom, we're going to scavenge him. We're going to go to our skill, and we're going to boost up our strength to do a little bit more damage. I'm eventually going to start raising endurance again so I can have some more sustain. But for the time being, I just want to kill things quickly. Awesome. So we need to finish up this farm. And if I zoom way in on us and then go over here, you can see we also want to go to these owlfolk villages. And then maybe later we'll come back. Notice that the circle of trees that I plundered has a check mark by it to show that we did it. And we are skilling up, doing well. We've talked to hunters. We have an item being crafted in town. We can go back and actually check on the progress there because I did sleep until morning, which should have given them plenty of time to make this. But I kind of want to fight some more wolves here first and then go back and get our hat. Everyone, I hope you're still finding this guide series to be useful and fun. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.